Good morning. You're watching PA Harness Week. I'm Charlotte McBride. It is still a little chilly here at the Downs at Mohegan Sun Pocono, and this guy is loving it. But we're hoping for a little warm weather coming up soon. That doesn't mean we don't have a lot of great races coming your way in this next half hour. Take a look at what you can expect to see. Pocono and Harrah's Philadelphia are back racing, and we'll tell you all about the excitement coming your way. Pocono is celebrating 50 years of racing this year, and we'll talk with one trainer who can't say enough about this historic track. The Bobby Weiss Series kicks off the celebration, and we'll have those races for you. Plus, we'll head to Yonkers, and we'll have a race featuring Heather's favorite horse, Foiled Again. Racing's fastest-paced half hour is coming up your way right now on Comcast Sportsnet.
They're on.
Hi there, Kim Asadi. She's Heather Vitale. I'm Steve Ross, and you are here for PA Harness Week. It's a big time of the year. Why? Because Harrah's Philadelphia, where we are right now, is open for business. Yay. Sunday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday at
12:40.
12:40 it is.
Yes.
And if you can't make it at 12:40, 12:40-ish, because they aim to please here at Harrah's Philly.
That's exactly right.
All right,
yeah.
let's shift gears for a second, if we may. Pocono is celebrating 50 years of being a racetrack, getting better by the day. So many great things and memories, as you would suspect when you celebrate 50 years of being in business, right, Heather?
Oh, yeah, and they celebrated it in a huge way. There was a gigantic press conference recently up there. A lot of VIPs showed up, including the Vice President of Racing, Dale Rapson, and he got behind the podium to talk about this amazing historic track, both past and present.
When I first started, Pocono Downs was a racetrack where if you couldn't race anywhere else, you raced at Pocono Downs. Now we're one of the major tracks in the country, if not one of the top, probably, I would argue, in the top 3 tracks in the country. So we're very proud of that. And again, that was, you know, as a Senator Udicek and the state of Pennsylvania passed first slots and then tables and casino-type gambling, it helped our purses tremendously. When I first started here, purses averaged $15,000 to $20,000 a night. Now we're up to about $175,000 a night. This year is going to be a big year for us. We're going to have some great promotions. The anniversary week, we're going to have Pete Rose here on Saturday, August 22nd. For the Sun Stakes, which is July 4th, we're going to have Jim Kelly, quarterback from the Buffalo Bills. We're going to have, back to anniversary week, we're going to have a salute to Motown, some tribute bands. We're going to give away souvenirs. We're going to have our fireworks display that is, you know, it's probably the most popular firework displays in the area. Will be held after the races on August 22nd. The reason we are here for 50 years is one simple reason, is the employees we hired. We have the best employees. A lot of the employees have, like I said, are even been here longer than me. A lot have been here 20, 30 years. And without these employees, we wouldn't be here 50 years.
Thanks so much, Dale. And we got to tell you, you know, this track's been around Pocono for 50 years. And in the 50-year history of this amazing racetrack and all the horses that have competed on this track, last June in the Sun Invitational Stakes was the fastest trotting mile in the history of the sport. Now, we're not just talking about on a 5/8 mile track, half mile, whatever it may be. It was the fastest trotting mile in the history of harness racing, and it took place at Mohegan Sun. It happened in June, and it was Sebastian K. Let's watch.
Top of the stretch, Sebastian K. It's all just a matter of how hard Svanstedt wants to push it now. Way back to Modern Family and market share. Sebastian K. Watch the timer now. Sebastian K. to the line. 149 flat.
I was there that night. It was an absolutely amazing mile. And getting back to the press conference, celebrating 50 years of Pocono, Tristan Sjoberg, who is part owner on Sebastian K. He's part in the Nuts and Trotting group. He had some amazing things to say about the Pocono track.
It's truly an honor to be standing here and to really talk to you about what Pocono Downs means to me as a stable owner. I grew up in Sweden, in the southern part of Sweden, and when we talk about North American racing, when we talk about breaking the world record, you always talk about Pocono Downs. That's the track where dreams are made and where dreams become reality.
Amazing, good stuff. Ooh, the Pocono experience cannot be explained in words. You have to experience it for yourself. Take the drive up, it's well worth it. It is terrific racing, and the people will treat you as if you are royalty, as well they should.
Yes, they should.
All right, stick around. When we come back, we'll stay at Pocono and check out the Bobby Weiss Late Closer Series 3- and 4-year-old pacing geldings. It's coming up next. Don't go away.
Here's a challenge from Coaster in from the Big M. And Matt Kakaley brushes right on by with that one.
Life. It all comes down to the things you do, the places you see, the people you meet. It's all of the beautiful things, the incredible things, and the spectacular things that makes us feel unexplainable things. Life is going on. All you have to do is choose to live it. Full of life. Mohegan Sun Pocono.
Hi there, you, and welcome back to PA Harness Week. She's Heather Vitale. I'm Steve Ross. As promised, we're staying at Pocono, and we're going to take a look at the Bobby Weiss Late Closer Series. Always well received by fans. The third race, and Heather's got that for you.
Yes, I do. Number 6, Vance Bayama is a favorite, been racing at Yonkers. He's won 3 out of his last 5 starts. Number 1 is Coaster. He's second choice, has Matt Kakaley in the sulky. And then we've got a couple horses here. Number 2, Colt Power. Number 3, Red Pine. Both of them making their 2015 debut.
Here's a challenge from Coaster in from the Big M. And Matt Kakaley brushes right on by with that one before hits the turn and takes over the lead. Vance Bayama back to second, followed by Red Lion. Shadow Margot with Larry Stahlbaum on the bike is fourth, and at the end Affluenza and Colt Power trails, but only about 5 1/4 away in this short field. Half mile 55 and 1, 28 and 2 second panel. Fractions pretty crisp here for the weather, and it's Coaster going along well under wraps there for Matt Kakaley, still by about 1 1/4 over Vance Bayama. Inside Red Lion is third. Now some motion from the back there as Affluenza comes moving first over, but a long way to go for him, about 5 off the lead. To his inside is Shadow Margot, and now Colt Power picks up the cover and moves up 6th. 3/4 reached 123 and 2, 28 and 1 third panel. It's Coaster with the lead by about 1 1/2. Affluenza still coming on the outside, has made up a lot of ground and still moves up. Inside Vance Bayama, then Red Pine 4th. Top of the stretch, Kakaley asking for more from Coaster, and he's got it by about 2. Affluenza not giving in, starts to rein in the leader. Coaster hitting a wall from far back. Shadow Margot out of the clouds. Shadow Margot and Larry Stahlbaum.
Shadow Margot, who is the longest shot on the board, he ends up winning, paying $77 with Larry Stahlbaum at the controls. Like, nothing against this horse, so I hope he doesn't take it personally, but I totally thought he should have been longer odds than that. I mean, really.
If you're watching, ignore this.
Okay, so the last 6 times this horse was programmed, and I'm not talking about qualifiers, like actually in a program, pari-mutuel start, he was scratched 4 times, okay? And he went off stride another time. A couple of those times he was scratched was due to transportation, so it means like a flat tire or traffic, something like that. So the bettors know, you know, why there was a scratch.
Not good karma going on here with this animal.
Yeah, I know, and by the way, there's an app for that when we're talking about traffic. Just throwing that out there to be connections. Now, okay. Universe seeming to have a grudge against this horse, but this time out, you know, because the horse has potential, he really put it all together.
The planets lined up.
Yes, they did. He wins in 52-4. So awesome. Yeah, congratulations to the Connections for their patience as well. Colt Power was second. It was like 27-1, and then Red Pine was third. He was the longest shot on the board.
My kind of race. Okay, let's do another one like the other one. The very next race, the fourth, another Weiss Late Closer Series. Number 1, What I Believe with Matt Kakaley, 1A, Marco DeVee, where Jim Morrill Jr. at 1-5. They were the prohibitive favorite, trained by Ron Burke. You may have heard of him. Number 3, Mojito Hanover, 6-1 with Marcus Miller. And number 6, Fox Valley Rebel with Georgie Knapp in the bike, went off to 6-1 Theuch.
Up top, Matt Kakaley and What I Believe by about a length. You see Matt taking a look back there, knows now that he has Mojito Hanover right in his hip pocket, and also knows that Celtic Art is coming up on his right side there with Simons about 1.5 lengths away. Art Degree following the cover on the outside, and then Marco DeVee boxed in, but only 2 back in 5th. And to the outside, Weapons Dealer coming up as well, following a 3-wide move. 3/4, 124-4, 28 even, third panel. They're bunching up behind the leader, What I Believe. Swooping move now by, that's Art Degree, and takes over a slight lead. Top of the stretch, What I Believe is in Shaky Town, and Art Degree takes over the lead. Marco DeVee slipping through on the inside along with Mojito Hanover. On the outside, Weapons Dealer coming up. Mojito Hanover taking the short way.
What I Believe cut the mile, and Mojito Hanover rested comfortably in the 2-hole. Action began to heat up around the 3/4 on the outside when the cavalry charge came a-calling. Mojito Hanover used his garden spot trip to get to the wire first, winning in 153-1. Number 2, Weapons Dealer, closed well on the outside to outfinish it, tiring What I Believe for the belly.
All right, we're going on to another Weiss elimination, or I should say division, because we've got a couple weeks of this, the Weiss series going on.
Do they have legs or divisions, or what's the deal?
Yeah, I know. I always get confused, too. I'm glad I'm not the only one. All right, there we go. Number 4, YS Lotus starts for Pocono's winningest trainer of 2015, and that's Renee Allard. And then there's the entry of 1 Victory and 1A Shadow Recruit. They both start for Ron Burke, and like you said earlier, you may have heard of him. He gets a win every now and then.
Victory at last, about 1.25 lengths, and still no asking from Kakaley. Wise Lotus going to try to put a charge into him from third, moving on the outside and moving well. He comes up on that lead quick. Good pocket seat still for Marcus Miller with Well We Said. Then a big gap back to Shadow Recruit and Mr. Julian the trailer Kiss Up. Things really picked up on the back 3/4, 125 even, 27-2 third panel. Wise Lotus has now hooked up with Victory at last. They're on even terms. Inside Well We Said looking to pounce from far back. Shadow Recruit is 4th. Top of the stretch, and Victory at last holding Wise Lotus at the bay for the moment. Wise Lotus on the outside still trying hard. It's Victory at last. Wise Lotus, Victory at last. Wise Lotus lunging. It's Victory at last.
Victory at last. Why? Yes, it was, because it was this horse's first 2015 victory, and he does it in 152-4. Holds on to win by a head with Matt Kakaley in the bike. YS Lotus grabbed a super close second. Well, We Said was third.
Stick around when we come back. We're going to have our Charlotte McBride will be here, and she'll talk to a veteran horseman, a terrific trainer named Bill Mullen, and we'll have a look at the Matchmaker Stakes at Yonkers. Don't go away.
It's Charisma, Hanover in front, chased home by Venus Delight.
The world is full of compromises, but not here. Not on this day. Not in this race. Not in this sport. Every bet is a hope. Return on investment comes in seconds. This is Harness Racing. We welcome you to the Harness Racing Fan Zone. See it all for yourself. Feel it in all the passion. Share that experience with others. The Harness Racing Fan Zone puts you in the driver's seat.
Hello there, welcome back to PA Harness Week. She's Heather Vitale, I'm Steve Ross. It is a terrific time to be a harness racing fan because everything's going to be open, and as we get further into the season, it's going to be more and more exciting. So we hope you stick around for all the action. Our Charlotte McBride caught up with veteran horseman Bill Mullen, a terrific guy. He owns, he trains, he does everything but drive, right?
Right, but he used to drive.
But he used to drive.
Yes, yes, so he knows it all.
Good stuff. Let's have a look at Bill Mullen, who's with our Charlotte.
For trainer Billy Mullen, 15 and 16-hour days are just part of the job. He usually arrives at 6 a.m. here at the Downs in Mohegan Sun Pocono.
It takes me all day to get my chores done for the day. Otherwise, in the winter, it's counterproductive because it's so cold. You can't do much, but you're doing stalls, you're doing some clean equipment, brushing the horses up or something, and then you have to start moving to get them done. Because maybe the normal, maybe it's an hour a horse. So if you're taking care of 5 horses, that's 5 hours.
Mullen has been driving and training horses for 45 years. A native of Pennsylvania, Mullen has raced at Pocono for 30 years.
My father's dead, of course, now, but he started us off. He always had us with horses. We had a half acre down in northeast Philadelphia, and we thought we had a farm. You know, we had horses in the backyard, but Liberty Bell was only maybe 1.5 miles from me, and that's where I got my start. I started at Liberty Bell.
For many in this sport of harness racing, it's a family business. And for Mullen, he takes a lot of pride having his son Will alongside him in the barn, just as he did with his dad.
My son does help.
Okay.
He's 18 now, and he's anytime he has a chance, he gets over and he works with the horses. He has a horse down here, too. He'll be qualifying tomorrow. I want him to have education, go to college and everything first, but it's a good side. It's something to fall back on.
As we celebrate 50 years of racing here in the Poconos, Mullen says the track's longevity is highly attributed to the people behind the scenes and the track itself.
Always had very good management. They never squandered money, where a lot of the other tracks squandered the money and they went bankrupt.
Reporting for PA Harness Week, I'm Charlotte McBride.
Thank you, Charlotte, and thank you, Bill. A really good guy. We wish you nothing but continued success in the future. You want to go to Yonkers? 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 Let's go to Yonkers for the matchmaker. Heather's got the first one for you.
Okay, the races we're going to look at March 20th. Okay, this is when they took place, the first day of spring. Guess what? Mother Nature, yeah, she never got the memo that it was the first day of spring because it snowed in New York.
Is it Mother Nature or Old Man Winter? I never know who to blame.
Yeah,
you know?
blame Old Man Winter, exactly.
No, okay, not Mother Nature.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. Mother Nature is too busy cleaning the house and cooking and taking care of the kids, okay? She didn't realize that it was spring yet. All right, let me get on here. All right, we've got the matchmaker. Let's look at this first division. Charisma Hanover was looking like all that in a bag of chips on the front end, but it was a Venus Delight who picked up the victory in 155-1, making her seasonal debut a winning one. She got away fourth, rallied home the fastest with driver Jason Bartlett. Charisma Hanover ended up being second in there, and Coffee Addict took third.
Okay, Friday's fifth at Yonkers, another matchmaker limb, number 1. Carol's Ideal with Danny Dubé was 2-5 and made it look like a bargain, wiring this field of open pacing mares in 155-4. Number 2, Camille, off at 7-2 with Georgie Brennan was second. Last year's co-champion older pacing mare Andrevet, off at 9-2 with Tim Tetrick, took third money.
Now, in the next race we've got for the matchmaker, Medusa, 7-5 favorite, did the work on the front wall. Crispy Apple got away last. Oh, but there was only 4 horses in the race because somewhere of a rainbow was scratched, but saying she got away last just sounds more dramatic. Anyway, Crispy Apple busts home with Tim Tetrick in the bike. They win in 155-2. It's the first start of the year for this 7-year-old millionaireess. Medusa was second, and then Monkey on My Wheel, well, she ended up third.
Love that name, Monkey on My Wheel.
I know, it's a great name.
Conscious of such a great image. Okay, stick around. When we come back, we're going to have more action from Yonkers. We're going to look at the always fabulous Levy. It's coming up next. Come away.
It's into the stretch, foiled again. On the inside, it's PH Supercam.
Life. It all comes down to the things you do, the places you see, the people you meet. It's all of the beautiful things, the incredible things, and the spectacular things that makes us feel unexplainable things. Life is going on. All you have to do is choose to live it. Full of life. Mohegan Sun Pocono.
Hello there, welcome back to PA Harness Week. She's Heather Vitale, I'm Steve Ross, and as promised, because we always keep our promises, except when it's not convenient to do so. We promised you the Levy was coming up. We have 5, count them, 5 legs of them, and it's always a prestigious stake named for George Morton Levy. The first, race 4, the first leg, first division, number 4, Mox Beach Boy with Pat LaChance, was a slight 3-2 chalk over number 5, Beach Memories, off at 6-5, make that 8-5 with Yannick Gingras. Number 2, Fat Man's Alley with Jason Bartlett, was the 4-1 third choice, and here's the call.
Beach Memories, who's fled the scene here, leading it by 4.5 on Mox Beach Boy. They've gone 3 quarters and 1:23.2 on the final turn, and Beach Memories maintaining a 4.5 length lead on Mox Beach Boy. Then it's a gap of 3 to a rallying Fat Man's Alley outside of Capozzo, and they're in the stretch. It is Beach Memories in front, and Gingras urging him on here, leading it by 3. A fast finish from Fat Man's Alley, but time ticking away. Beach Memories, Fat Man's Alley, not enough.
Mox Beach Boy showed first until Beach Memories came roaring up to take the lead at the half. He opened up a huge lead in the stretch before discovering that his tank was in fact on fumes. Mox Beach Boy did manage to live long enough to get the win in 1:52.2. Fat Man's Alley broke up the Beach Exacta, just got beat.
Okay, now we're going on to the next division for the Levies. By the way, the purses for these are $50,000. Number 2, Take It Back Terry, looking for 2 wins in a row. Number 1, Polak is the mystery horse in here, okay? The horse is coming from Australia. I know, so exciting. Not only his first start of the year, but his first start in America.
The horse is shrouded in ambiguity. Oh my God.
Number 4 is Sapphire City. Okay, so we haven't sang this year, so take me down to Sapphire City where the grass is green and the horses are pretty. Okay, there we go. Or take us to Yonkers.
Polak A and Gingras 8-5 second choice, hold it by 2 over Sapphire City. Still nothing yet from Take It Back Terry. The half mile 56.2. 1 lap to go. Sitting fourth is That'll Be the Ray. Spotting the pace setter 4.5 with 3/8 to roll. Validus Deo and Capital Account still trail the field. They head up the backstretch, and Polak A is the one to catch here, leading it by 1.5 lengths from Sapphire City. Still quiet as Take It Back Terry with time running out. Take It Back Terry's going to have to fire up at any moment. It's a gap of 2.5 to That'll Be the Ray. They're at 3 quarters in 1:24.2, 28-second third quarter. They're on the final turn, and Polak A doing good things here, leading it by 2 over Sapphire City. Take It Back Terry came out on the turn, but has to do a lot better. They're into the stretch. It's Polak A, 2.5 to the good. On the inside, Sapphire City. And now Take It Back Terry's getting rolling late. Through the stretch, Polak A. Here comes Take It Back Terry in the shadow of the wire. Polak A's got it.
Polak starts in the number 1 position and ends up being number 1 at the end of the mile. He goes down the road. He hangs on to win by a neck with Yannick Gingras on the bike. Again, first start in America for this horse. He's an Australian native, and this is what's so wild. I mean, he's up in the Levy against all these horses that have made millions of dollars. The horse is 7 years old. Going into this race, for his entire life, he had made $220,000. That's like, I know, that's just like pebbles compared to the other horses. So this is going to be so exciting to watch this horse race in the Levy. Take It Back Terry grabbed the place spot. Sapphire City, perfect trip, but settled for 3rd.
The next Levy Limb was Saturday 7th, and it was a goodie. Number 1, PH Super Cam, you may recall, won the Levy final just last year, was the 3-2 chalk with Jason Bartlett. Number 7, the 11-year-old Equine ATM, foiled again, your beau. Made his seasonal debut and was 5-2 with Yannick Gingras. Number 2, Apprentice Hanover with Jody Jamieson was also 5-2, and here's the call.
It's the multi-millionaire pacer foiled again at the head of affairs, leading it by 1.5 lengths. PH Supercam right there, and Bartlett biding his time now. In third is Apprentice Hanover, big and bad, rolling up on the outside. The half mile 56.4. 29 1 second quarter, pretty soft. Down toward the inside is Macrolane, who got shuffled back. Then second over is Danton Yankee, and trailing is Frankie's Dragon, so it's foiled again. Up the backstretch, leading it by 1 length. Toward the inside, it's PH Supercam. Big and bad on the outside, chipping away at Foiled Again's lead. And second over is Dancing Yankee at 7-1. Things tightening up. Apprentice Hanover down on the inside in 5th. Third over 6 is Frankie's Dragon, just 4 lengths adrift. And Macrolane last. 3 quarters in 1:25 on the final turn. Foiled Again in his first start of the year, trying to see it through. Big and Bad, Dancing Yankees being produced on the far outside. PH Supercam down on the inside with no excuse. Into the stretch, foiled again. On the inside, it's PH Supercam. Foiled again, PH Supercam. Dancing Yankee late on the scene in the deep, deep stretch. PH Supercam.
Foiled again left and cut the mile, but PH Supercam took the 2-hole right behind him. That's how the race pretty much lined up. In the stretch, PH prevailed by a head, winning in 153 flat. A great tightener, however, for foiled again, seasonal debut. Dancing Yankee, boy, he was great last year. Off at 7-1 with Brett Miller, got third.
Okay, on to another Levy, number 1, Big Town Hero. You might remember last year he paced in 47 and a piece at Pocono. Number 5, Clear Vision, seasonal debut, and he's a winner of over $2 million. And number 2 is Warry Needy. He's won 2 out of his last 3 races.
Warry Needy by 2. Big Town Hero and Dubé, a handful of that one. Sitting the pocket, a length and a half back to Clear Vision third. The half mile, 57 seconds flat. Just an ordinary second quarter of 29 seconds. Cut loose, though. Here comes Clear Vision and moves to the outside. Down toward the inside, National Debt. Windsong Jack is improving. Second over while fifth and 4.5 lengths from the lead as they head up the backstretch. And then comes He's All Black and Dapper Dude. Clear Vision first up, appears coming up short in his year debut. Leading it by just a length. On the lead is Warry Needy toward the inside. Big Town Hero. Clear Vision continues to punch away on the outside. 3 quarters in 1:24 and 2. 27 and 2 third quarter. On the final turn, and Warry Needy giving the pack something to think about. Clear Vision, Big Town Hero losing a bit of ground. 3 wide when Windsong Jack, and they're in the stretch. Warry Needy still in front and hugged along by Mark McDonald, leading by 2 on the outside. Clear Vision. On the far outside, Windsong Jack. Between horses, National Debt. Way out wide, He's All Black. Warry Needy.
Needy men can be such a turn-off, okay? Unless it's this man, Warry Needy. All right, so he's okay with me. He ends up winning gate to wire, 152 and 1. The Mark Ford trainee is driven by Mark McDonald, and you can mark my words on that, baby. That's right.
And trained by Mark Ford.
Yes.
Another Mark.
That's what I just said.
Oh, sorry.
Man, he never listens to me. It's only the second show, and it started already.
I'm sorry.
A 50-1 shot. Windsong Jack was second. Clear Vision took third.
Yeah, you got me feeling bad.
You have the last Levy, by the way.
Oh, I do have the last Levy. Race 10, it was another Levy, a limb. Number 1, Mock It So with Timmy Tetrick was 8-5. Number 3, Better's Edge from the Ron Burke stable, 2-1 with Yag Jimron. Number 4, Aslan with Georgie Brennan, 3-1. Here's the call.
The half mile was 55 and 3. 29 and 1 in the second quarter as they approach the backstretch. It's Michael's Power at 9-1, fending off Ashland for the moment. Toward the inside, it's Better's Edge third, and Lucan Hanover's honing in at 7-1, second over a threatening fourth. Fifth in behind rivals is Mock It So, gapping third over sixth as American Venture dropping out to trail was holding all the cards. Michael's Power still holding on to that lead, but narrowly. 3 quarters in 1:23 and 3. Final turn, something's got to give. Michael's Power, Ashland, and Lucan Hanover comes into contention on the far outside. And then comes Better's Edge. Mock It So's locked in. American Venture starts to rally in a wide open affair. Michael's Power, Ashland game between horses on the outside. Lucan Hanover knifing through between rivals as Mock It So. Michael's Power's digging in. Michael's Power's got it.
Number 7, Michael's Power, a 9-1 shot with Danny Dubé, left hard and fought off Better's Edge on a 26-2 opening split before clearing. From there, it was clear sailing as Michael Powers displayed that back class and won confidently in 152 and 1, paid $21 to win. Number 5, Lucan Hanover, another classy one, off at 7-1 with Jason Bartlett second. Mock It So could only manage to grab the show dough. That's it, babe.
That's it.
We're plumb out of time.
Plumb out of time.
And for all of us here at PA Harness Week, Bruce Casella, Charlotte McBride, my boo Heather Vitale, I'm Steve Ross, reminding you to pick up the pace just a taste and get yourself high on harness.
It's only natural.